LATD Nation, what's going on, man? We're back in here as always with another video, and today we're gonna be giving our thoughts and impressions of the new Naughty Dog IP that was just recently announced. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, just announced less than a week ago at last week's Game Awards. Video coming soon on that, but yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and break it down. So far, because we had just watched the trailer, what do you think? First impressions, of course.
First impressions. It looks really good. Like, one thing I'll say, like, the cutscene that they show in the trailer itself, that is the trailer itself, it is really well done. It looks great, as I'm pretty sure it will be, because I expect Naughty Dog to have a bunch of good cutscenes that look clear and crisp. And because, you know, they're very well known for that. You know what I'm saying? With Last of Us and Last of Us Remastered, Part 2 remastered and all. Same thing with the Uncharted games. Even the first one looks really good now and holds up to this day. So I can't wait to see the visuals. I can't wait to fly that spaceship, because there was like a little bit of a snippet of the spaceship being flown too. It's like it's called Porsche. And it's a Porsche spaceship, and clearly it's 80s inspired. So it's like it's very reminiscent, like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, if we think about it.
Yeah, no, that is one thing that Naughty Dog has stated. Because in the game's official, I guess, synopsis, description, it's set in a universe or an alternate reality where advanced space travel was invented by 1986. So you see that 80s sort of aesthetic and influence. You hear the music.
Yep.
There's just a lot of it that has a very maybe sort of retro sort of back in the day type of feel, but with a sort of a modern, or not even a modern, a more futuristic spin on it.
Right.
And yeah, so one thing I really did like about this trailer, and Naughty Dog has been doing this for a long time, where what they'll do is they'll release a cutscene as a part of as the trailer, and this is no exception. It was really cool that we kind of already get to see what this game is looking like. Now, this game is the first Naughty Dog game that has been developed natively for the PS5, as this game entered development in 2020, shortly after The Last of Us Part 2's release. And it's starring Tati Gabriel. Now, I don't know many people even know this, but she's actually worked with Naughty Dog a couple of times before. This isn't her first rodeo with them. She was actually in Uncharted, the 2022 movie, you know, with
she was.
Yeah, she was in that. And then also she's going to be in season 2 of Last of Us. So, yeah, she's definitely making her rounds.
Who's she playing?
She's playing Nora.
Nora, okay. I thought she was playing what's his name? Lev.
I mean, I could see that, but that's neither here nor there.
You know, not to imply anything. I'm just saying she kind of looks like Love.
Yeah, no, for sure. But so far, the plot synopsis is that the main protagonist, again, played by Tati Gabriel, her name is Jordan. Jordan A. Munn, a bounty hunter in this way distant future, who comes across a contract against the Five Aces crime syndicate. Now, she ends up being, during the events of the game, she gets stranded on this planet called Semperia, which Semperia is apparently a planet that's been closed off to the rest of the galaxy for like 600 years or something like that.
Right.
So basically, I guess it's being billed as her trying to get off the world and her coming across like this false religion or something like that. Not much is known about the game so far, honestly. So far, visually, as to be expected, like you said, it looks really good. I expect that from Naughty Dog. It's confirmed to also feature Kumail Nanjiani.
Yep.
Of Eternals fame, whatever the case may be. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Tony Dalton also, for all you Better Call Saul / Breaking Bad fans, Lalo Salamanca made his way in this game, which I'm happy for.
Same here.
Two of my favorite TV series of all time, so happy for that.
Lalo's easily one of my favorite villains of all time.
Easily. And Troy Baker, of course, longtime Naughty Dog veteran. He's cast in an undisclosed role.
Okay, cool.
So, so far with the information that we've been given, I'm excited for this game. Naughty Dog is my favorite developer of all time. I've been a Naughty Dog fan going on 15 years. Naughty Dog is always pretty much been the anchor force behind me getting a PlayStation year after year, generation after generation, PS3, PS4, PS5. And it's just great to see that Naughty Dog is now starting to make their way over to this current gen and hopefully continue the tradition. Now, there's been a little bit of controversy surrounding this game for some dumb behind reason.
Of course it is.
I don't know exactly what it is now. I guess it's woke or whatever the case may be.
Like, why is that? Okay.
Why is that a complaint with every modern game at this point?
Like, bro, I feel like that's the reason why they didn't like Last of Us Part 2 that much. It wasn't the fact that it was that Joel died. It was the fact that Abby's the one who killed him, that a woman killed him.
Oh, yeah, a woman that was like that in shape. Man, that's impossible, man. How could that be the case? How can in a world like that, a woman or, well, not even a woman, because, I'm not sexist, how can anybody be that buff?
Keep in mind, this is sarcasm, by the way, so I don't want to hear nothing in the comments. We don't want to hear nothing in the comments about, oh, Rodney's really, I thought I expected more from him. It's sarcasm.
No, but the thing is that it's like, we're questioning what's real and what's not real in a world where a virus that infects like ants has mutated to affect humans. I mean, come on, man. Like, was y'all suspension of disbelief? So we already know what the controversy.
It was kind of similar to the controversy with Black Myth Wukong that we talked about.
That was just dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb too.
That was insanely stupid.
Like, truth be told,
to the point where I thought they were trolling for real.
Yeah, same. Like, that was dumb too. Same thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's just everything wants to go not go woke. Everybody
wants to accuse something of being woke.
Like, truth be told, y'all don't even know what woke even means. The ones who watch us,
yeah,
who are like that. By the way, like I don't get it.
I've never understood it. It's weird to me. I think that the controversy, because they've actually gone and disabled the comments for both the trailer on Naughty Dog's channel and in the main Sony channel. So
yeah,
there's definitely a little bit of discourse going around that people ain't necessarily a fan of. But I mean, for me personally, I think a lot of this just has to do with there's just a certain sector of people who have been scorned, quote unquote, by The Last of Us Part 2. They still feel a way about how that went on. So now, ever since the Naughty Dog has been accused of woke agendas and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I really think that there's a certain type of person that's still mad about The Last of Us Part 2 and how that went down. And I think they want to get their get back, quote unquote. They want this game to fail because in that sense, they get their get back. Because, tell you the truth, there's no reason to think that this game, gameplay-wise, even story-wise, is going to be bad because Naughty Dog has always delivered quality experiences. That's been their bread and butter for over a decade now. Like, they've been known and they've really made their names in the industry for telling these movie-like cinematic experiences. And I expect this to be no different. And I really am excited for this game because it's just something different. Because as much as I love Last of Us and Uncharted, it's been the same two franchises for over a decade now.
Right.
I'm glad to see that they're switching it up, and I'm glad to see that it's something so different from what we've seen with them before.
Truth be told, like, I agree, because it's always been like somewhat of a grounded, desolate type feel to both Naughty Dog, both Uncharted and Last of Us, especially Last of Us. But I get it. Like, I get it. It's supposed to be on an Uncharted island. You're supposed to be fighting a bunch of enemies. Same thing with Last of Us. But I like this change of pace with the sci-fi 80s theme.
They're going in a more fantastical direction than ever, and I really like that.
Right. The same here, man. Like, but I'm just looking forward to the game itself now. However, I really hope that the fantastical setting doesn't make the story suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you hope it doesn't like jump the shark or anything like that.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it doesn't jump the shark. So it's I can't wait to see what more happens.
Because not to cut you off, I read that the game is supposed to deal with you coming across like a fanatical like religion, kind of like in Last of Us Part 2. With the Seraphites and everything. Yeah. And I really, really enjoyed that aspect of the game, like the mystery behind them and everything, like this cult and this very like sort of sinister, very dark sort of feel to it. And I really hope that this game, especially because, it's supposed to be on this planet Semperia, where everything has kind of been cut off from other like civilizations or technologies for like 600 years. I want to see how they establish. What makes this really exciting for me is that they're establishing a new world. They're establishing a new protagonist. They're establishing just a new setting for the first time in over a decade. And I'm really happy to see, because I know both Uncharted and Last of Us like the back of my hand. And I'm really just excited to see Naughty Dog kind of do something new and different again. And I really feel like this low-key is a make or break game for them, in the sense that I think that Naughty Dog, as of like since 2020, since Last of Us Part 2, there's been a conversation as to whether Naughty Dog is still the number one clear premier PlayStation developer. Because, you know, you hear people talk about Insomniac now because of Spider-Man. You hear people talk about Sucker Punch. You hear people talk about Sony Santa Monica. I need Naughty Dog to put their foot. And really, you know, I love all those other studios too. I'm a fan of all of those other games. I'm a fan of all those other franchises. Naughty Dog has always been my favorite though. And I need Naughty Dog to put their foot in this game and just hunker down and really just remind people. Because I think that now people are starting to almost question Naughty Dog's stature in the industry, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, like I agree. I will say this: the only two game franchise companies that I really come back to is really Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch. To be honest, like those are the only two games that I really developers that I really even rock with like that. Same with Ubisoft, but more from a PlayStation exclusive perspective, you know, because they gave us games like my favorite franchise, Sly Cooper, and the Infamous games, and then the Uncharted games. So it's like those are the two companies I look forward to the most. To be honest, I think we can do a 1v1 when Ghost of Yotei and Intergalactic comes out.
For sure.
I'll take Ghost of Yotei, by the way.
Oh, you know what I'm going with. But the thing is, though, I don't know. We haven't got any official release window or anything like that. But to be fair,
I mean, are they coming out both in scheduled for 2025?
I'm not sure. They didn't reveal when this come out.
Okay, in that case, I won't jump the shark either.
So my guess is going to be either 20. I don't know. It might come out next year, but I have no idea. Because if this game has already been in development for 4 years. Nowadays, games typically take about at least 3 to 4 years to come out. So if they've already been developing this game for about 4 years, I could potentially see 25, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 26, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Like, because is Naughty Dog known for all their, for what I've noticed, and playing the Uncharted games, they've been known for like their games being polished and everything.
Oh yeah, polished down to the minute detail.
Right, playable right off the rip.
And
it was like that with Uncharted 4.
Yeah, and each game has, as the years have gone on, just because, you know, of course, technology is advanced and everything between each game release. Now games take way longer. This ain't just Naughty Dog. This is just in general. Games just take way longer to develop now because, you know, it used to be you would get a game in a franchise and then 2 years later you would be playing the sequel. Matter of fact, the sequel would be unveiled literally a year later.
Right.
Matter of fact, that's what happened with Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum came out in 2009 and then they revealed City by 2010. Yeah. So back in the day,
I remember that. Like I remember Arkham Asylum and Arkham City had a real small release window between each other.
2009 and 2011. Same thing with Uncharted 2 and 3. Yeah, back then it was like, because it was, if you look at it, it was Uncharted 2. Well, the original Uncharted in 2007.
Right.
2 in 2009. 3 in 2011. And then Last of Us came out in 2013. And then after that, 3 years later, we got Uncharted 4.
And I think that's why they took such a long time, because it's like, because if they were releasing the games between those times, like, as you know, small as the gap is, maybe they were like kind of overworked, and to be as good as those games are off the rip.
Exactly. So they were really like going crazy. And then Last of Us Part 2 was in development around the same time. It had to have been around the same time as Uncharted. Yeah, I do remember hearing a report that Last of Us Part 2 was in development concurrently with Uncharted 4. But once 4 dropped, that's when they put all their resources into 2. Last of Us Part 2 came out in 2020, so that's 4 years removed from 4's release. So
it's the same. It's the same kids with Sucker Punch and the Infamous games, because Infamous Second Son didn't come out till 14, while Infamous 2 came out in 11.
Yeah, so as time has gone on, games are taking longer to develop. So it's really up in the air as to when this game is coming out. Like I said, realistically, maybe late 2025.
Like around this point, right?
Or early 2026. And Naughty Dog tends to release their games. That's hard to say because Last of Us, you know what? Because as of the last 3 releases, they've come out like in the early-ish parts of the year. Like, because Uncharted 3 did come out in November of 2011, right?
Right.
But Last of Us came out in June. And then Uncharted 4 came out in May. And then Last of Us Part 2 came out in June. So they tend to release their games more towards the earlier part of the year. Now, I think that's what they favor. And I highly doubt this game is going to be completely unveiled and, released within that window. I'm talking like May, June-ish of next year. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's more towards April, May 2026, to be honest with you. Which that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Can't rush greatness. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see where they go with this universe, where they go with these characters. I really liked Jordan's energy in the trailer. She kind of reminds me of Ellie, kind of sort of her brashness, I guess, sort of her aloofness or sort of just chill demeanor. I can't wait to see how she differs from Naughty Dog legends / main characters of the past. And I just think overall they're cooking so far. There's no reason to hate on it. There's no reason to jump to conclusions. Let's just see what they have for us this time.
Yeah, no,
that's what
I agree. And stop with this woke nonsense, please.
Facts.
Enjoy the game, man. Have fun. We're all in this together. We all love video games, right? Exactly. It shouldn't matter who the protagonist is. Honestly,
for sure.
Please,
this kind of discourse is just getting old. But that's pretty much all I had to say.
Yes, sir.
We'll definitely be covering more as, more information comes out. So stay tuned. Keep it locked over here. Mm-hmm. We're going to go and, kind of give y'all updates or whatever new information that is revealed as time progresses. And as we near the release date, whenever that may be. But for right now, this is pretty much it.
Yes, sir. In that case, man, y'all already know who we are by this point. Do we really need to say it?
I would hope not.
So y'all already know what's up.
For sure.
Rob, remember, look at the details. Peace.